Hello! Today we're going to tackle German conjunctions. You know, those little words that connect ideas. If you want to move beyond simple short sentences and start sounding more fluent and impressive in German, then mastering conjunctions is absolutely key. So, let's dive right in.
Do you ever feel like you want to make your German sound more, well, natural? And you want to connect your thoughts in a much smoother way? The answer is all about using conjunctions correctly. Seriously, these are like the magic keys that will unlock the next level of your sentence-building skills.
All right, let's kick things off with the easiest rule, coordinating conjunctions. Don't worry, these are super straightforward. Their job is to connect two equal sentences, two main clauses, or Hauptsätze, as they're called in German. Basically, we're talking about two sentences that could stand completely on their own.
So the most common ones you'll see are und, which means and, Oder, meaning or, Aber, which is but, and Denn, meaning because. These are really easy to remember, and they're used to join those two main clauses we just talked about.
And what's the golden rule for these? It's simple. These conjunctions do not change the word order of the sentence that follows. This means the verb, it always stays right where it's supposed to be, in the second position. No changes whatsoever.
Let's look at an example to see this in action. Ich gehe ins Kino und mein Bruder bleibt zu Hause. Notice how und connects the two sentences, and in the second part, the verb bleibt is still in that second position. See? Super simple. Here's another one. Ich bleibe zu Hause, denn es regnet. Here, denn means because. And again, take a look. The verb regnet is right there in the second spot. This rule is so easy, you're pretty much never going to forget it.
Okay, you've got the first type down. Now let's move on to the second category, subordinating conjunctions. Now don't get intimidated by the name. There's just one small rule that makes them different, and once you get it, everything will click into place.
So, some common ones here are weil, which also means because, obwohl, meaning although, das, which is that, and wenn, meaning when or if. These guys connect a main clause to a dependent clause, or a Nebensatz, which is a part of a sentence that can't stand on its own.
And here it is, the special rule. Whenever you use one of these subordinating conjunctions, the verb in that clause gets kicked all the way to the very end of the clause. That's it. That's the one change you have to remember.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Take this sentence. Ich bleibe zu Hause, weil es regnet. Remember how we used denn before? Well, weil also means because, but it's a subordinating conjunction. And that's exactly why the verb regnet has jumped to the end of the sentence. See the difference? Let's check out one more. Sagt, dass morgen kommt. Here, das means that. And you can see it again. The verb kommt isn't in its usual second spot. Nope, it's pushed right to the very end of its clause. This rule applies every single time.
So let's put these two rules side by side. With coordinating conjunctions, the verb stays in position 2. With subordinating conjunctions, the verb goes to the end. That's the main difference. This should be a real aha moment for you.
Right, now for something really cool. You don't always have to start with the main clause. You can actually flip the sentence around and start with the subordinate clause instead. This is what makes your German sound so much more flexible and natural.
Here's how it works. Normally, we have main clause, then weil, then the subordinate clause. But if we start the sentence with that weil clause, something really interesting happens. That entire clause now counts as position 1. And since the German verb always wants to be in position 2, the verb of the main clause now jumps right after the comma. Check out this example. Weil ich Hunger habe. That whole chunk is now in position 1. So what comes in position 2? You guessed it, the verb from the main clause. That's why the sentence continues, kaufe ich Brot.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. So to help you remember all of this forever, I'm going to share a really simple and fun trick with you. It's called the two-train trick.
So, just to recap, we've seen two main rules. One where the verb stays in second position, and another where it goes to the end. Now, to lock this into your memory for good, let's get to our two-train trick. I want you to imagine German sentences as two trains. With a coordinating conjunction like und, it's like two trains running on parallel tracks, side by side. The engine, which is our verb, stays in the same spot on both trains, right at the front in position 2. But with a subordinating conjunction like weil, you're actually coupling one train to the back of another. And for safety, what do you have to do? You have to push the engine of that second train, our verb, all the way to the very, very back, behind the last car.
So now it's your turn. Keeping that two-train trick in mind, try to build your own sentence. Take any two German ideas, connect them, and maybe drop them in the comments below. Keep practicing, and you'll be building longer, more impressive sentences in no time. Viel Erfolg!